One of the most popular discussion topics today is AI, and most people think AI is going to change the world. I'm confident that AI will change the world. That's not the question. The question is how, when, with what impact, who will benefit?
You always talk about how good investing often feels uncomfortable. So in fact, comfort and good investing, they don't typically coexist. Can you talk about that dynamic from your perspective?
Sure. Well, Albert, what you're asking about leads to a great example of what I call second-level thinking. September 19th of 2008, a couple of days after the Lehman bankruptcy, was certainly one of the most uncertain days in my almost 80 years. The only thing comparable was the low point of the pandemic in March of 2020, when the world was equally uncertain, and when I also wrote a memo entitled "Nobody Knows." I recycled that title.
Yes.
So the question is not, is the future foreseeable? Of course, we think it never is perfectly foreseeable, and sometimes even less than at other times. But when people embody the feeling that you described of hopelessness and, abject terror with the possibility that the financial sector will melt down, their negativity tends to make prices low relative to intrinsic value. And it's really the relationship between price and intrinsic value that we want to key on. And it's obvious that when people love things and feel good and are optimistic and are happy and feel positive about the future, prices are probably high. When prices are high, prospective returns are low and risk is high. So when they feel the worst about the environment, that's probably the moment when the price is as low as it can be relative to intrinsic value, meaning that prospective returns are high and risk is low. And one of the ways I put it is that the riskiest thing in the world is the belief that there's no risk. So one of the safest things in the world is the belief that risk is everywhere, because it puts prices so low that risk is, shall we say, minimal. Now, let's talk about discomfort. If you committed to spend money, as we did on September 19th, and you're not uncomfortable, there's something wrong with you. It's only human to feel uncomfortable when you're staring into the abyss. But we have to do it anyway. And in fact, it's more important to do it that day than on the day we feel great. We have to master the courage to do our jobs. What should make it easier for us, if it can be made easier, is the confidence to know that, as we were on September 19th, that we're the only person in the world who will buy and everybody else wants to sell. And isn't that the perfect opportunity for the buyer?
If an investment that we make, it feels easy or universally accepted, what should that be telling about the price, right?
When people are terrified, prices are at a minimum relative to intrinsic value. It's all a buy. When people are euphoric, carefree, prices are at a maximum relative to intrinsic value, and you have to be very cautious. And we have to, if you embody the same emotion, or we may say psychology or investor sentiment as everybody else, then you will fluctuate along with them. You'll buy at the top of a bubble, just like they do. That's how bubble tops get formed. You'll sell at the bottom of a crash. That's how bottoms get formed. And you'll do no better than the average investor. Our goal is to do better than the average investor. So we have to diverge from the average investor. In fact, optimally, we have to behave as contrarians. Buffett says most things best. He says, the less prudence with which others conduct their affairs, the greater the prudence with which we must conduct our own affairs. So if you think about it, it's nothing short of an oxymoron to say, this is a bargain price security that everybody loves. When everybody loves something, it's unlikely that it'll be on the bargain counter. And so if you're thinking about investing it, you have to be leery of the elevated nature of investor psychology. One of the most popular discussion topics today is AI, and most people think AI is going to change the world. I'm confident that AI will change the world. That's not the question. The question is how, when, with what impact, who will benefit?